VGA? Start here. This blue brick. It ran almost every screen on Earth for 30 years, and the reason it died is the reason every other port in this video exists. By the end, you'll watch this clumsy screwed-in monster get replaced by a single plug smaller than your thumbnail that does everything it did, and more. IBM built it in 1987. By 2018, it was gone. The killer was one word: analog. A signal that degrades the longer the cable runs, like a photocopy of a photocopy, until the picture turns to mush. Digital sends perfect ones and zeros, identical at 1 meter or 50. Everything after this is just digital winning. And those two screws you threaded blind behind a desk, by feel, quietly losing your mind? Nobody misses those. HDMI. This is the one that finally ended the cable pile. Introduced in 2003, it did the thing nobody else had managed: pushed audio and video down a single wire. One cable, picture and sound, done. The latest version, 2.1, landed in 2017 and can throw 8K across a room, a resolution most people will never even own a screen for. A single cable can even run audio backwards, TV to soundbar, and carry one remote's commands to the whole stack. It also comes in 5 flavors, A through E. Type E even lives inside cars with a physical lock so a pothole can't kill your backup camera. There's a catch nobody warns you about, though. That 2.1 on the box is nearly a lie. A cable can legally wear the latest version number while carrying almost none of its features. So 2 identical-looking HDMI cables can perform worlds apart. And here's the buried one. Type B was designed, named, then never built. Engineers found a way to hit its bandwidth without it. It's a port that technically exists and has never been touched by human hands. DisplayPort. Now the one that's secretly better than the thing you actually use. It looks like HDMI's cousin and does the same job, audio and video, fully digital, but with the gloves off. Its top spec reaches 16K, double HDMI ceiling, and it can run several monitors off a single cable, daisy-chained, something HDMI still can't touch. It's also the port high refresh, tear-free gaming was built on, and the full-size version clicks in with a latch so it never wiggles loose. So why haven't you heard of it? Because it picked a lane. It owns graphics cards and monitors and ignores everything else, while your TV, your console, and your projector all stayed loyal to HDMI. And unlike HDMI, it's royalty-free, which is exactly why the PC world adopted it. It's the brilliant specialist who's untouchable at one job and refuses to network. Respect the talent, pity the career. Audio jack. Quick question. How many of these ports are still on the device you're holding right now? Drop it in the comments. And if the evolution is starting to click, hit like. It genuinely helps the channel. Now the oldest idea on this entire list, hiding in plain sight as that little round hole. The design it descends from traces back to 1878 telephone switchboards, then got shrunk for pocket radios in the 1960s, which means the plug in your headphones is older than the light bulb. It's analog. 3 segments doing tip, ring, and sleeve, with a 4th that hides a microphone, so one cable does both. Phone makers have spent a decade trying to murder it to sell you wireless buds. Apple fired the first shot in 2016, ripping it out of the iPhone 7 and calling it Courage. And yet it won't die. No pairing, no battery, no device not found. You plug it in and it just works, which in 2026 feels almost rebellious. Ethernet. Then there's the cable Wi-Fi has been trying to kill for 20 years and still can't. It was born at Xerox PARC back in 1973 and standardized in 1983, and that wide clip-in connector packs 8 pins doing one thing flawlessly: moving data with rock-solid speed and almost no lag, and it can even carry power down the same wire. The same standard scales from your home router to 10 gigabits, wiring nearly every office and data center on the planet. I personally plug in every time something actually matters: a big upload, a ranked match, a call I can't drop. The catch is obvious, and it doesn't care. It's a literal cable in a wireless world, and nobody wants to run one across a room. But when your video freezes and your roommate's doesn't, this is why a wired line beats Wi-Fi on lag every single time. Wireless is freedom. This is a guarantee. USB-A. This is the rectangle that conquered the world. Short for Universal Serial Bus, it showed up in 1996 and slowly ate every other connector, keyboards, mice, drives, printers, that one cable you still can't identify. For 25 years, if a thing plugged into a computer, odds are it plugged in here. Speeds clawed from 12 megabits in 1996 to 20 gigabits today. It has exactly one flaw, and it's legendary. You cannot plug it in on the first try. You try, flip it, fail, flip it back, and it works on the third attempt, a 50-50 chance that somehow loses 75% of the time. The engineers behind it have actually admitted reversibility should have been there from day one, which brings us to the port that finally fixed it. USB-C, the fix, and the most misunderstood plug on the planet. Everyone thinks the magic is the shape. Small, oval, finally reversible. The EU loved it enough to make it law across Europe at the end of 2024. But the shape isn't the feature. Behind that one little hole sit four completely different abilities: plain daddy, fast charging, video output, and full Thunderbolt. And a given port might have all of them or just one. The newest spec even pushes up to 240 watts, enough to run a gaming laptop off the same kind of cable that charges your earbuds. Two ports that look identical can do wildly different things. And so that twin you once tried to plug a monitor into that did absolutely nothing, it wasn't broken, it just wasn't invited to the video party. Thunderbolt, which is the door this one always walks through. It wears the exact same shape as USB-C, but it's that connector with every dial turned to maximum. Built by Intel and Apple, it moves data at 40 gigabits a second. Newer versions triple that, while carrying video, power, and a direct line to your graphics card in the same cable. You can daisy-chain a whole desk of gear off a single port. The only catch is that nothing tells you a port is Thunderbolt except a tiny lightning bolt most people never notice, and that power costs extra. Now look back at those two screws on the blue connector we started with. The entire story of computer ports was never about adding more holes. It was about deleting them. That one lightning bolt is every cable in this video finally giving up the fight and becoming one.